Hello, weebs, here, back with another video. I know that in the community it's a meme to say Sakura has no fans, or just to hate on her in general, but I've never had someone explain to me exactly why she's so much more hated compared to other characters in the series, such as Hinata, Ino, or other female characters that don't do as much. Well, I'm here today to try and explain why I feel like there's so much hate put on her character. She's useless for most of the series. In waves, she doesn't do anything to help fight Zabuza. She just stands around with a kunai in hand in front of Tazuna the entire time, while Sasuke and Naruto are fighting against Haku, and Kakashi is fighting against Zabuza. Then in the tuning exams, she doesn't really do much other than put her knowledge to the test in the first exam, which wasn't actually what the exam was about, and come the second exam, she doesn't do much in that either, and having to be saved by Lee and Team 10. Then in the Sasuke retrieval arc, she doesn't do much there either. In fact, she just cries at Naruto and asks him to save Sasuke and to bring him back, rather than going herself, because she knows she's not going to be helpful in that. And she's also one of the people that helps bring Sasuke into the mindset that he needs to go to Orochimaru to get stronger, because Naruto's overtaking him. In the Sasori fight, she's not exactly useless, but she's not exactly helpful, because while she and Chio are able to defeat Sasori, it's only because Sasori lets himself get finished off at the end. And even then, Sakura's strength wasn't really all that helpful without Chiho there to guide her around the battlefield and protect her from Sasori's attacks. So, while she's doing that, she could have just been focusing on her own puppets. In the Pain arc, she doesn't do much either, with her just standing around. Instead of using the strength of 100 seal that she apparently has stored up in her forehead, she instead just cries out for Naruto and hopes that he'll come save them from Pain, while Hinata, a side character, rushes in to try and save Naruto from Pain when he's pinned down. Sakura, his teammate and a main character, doesn't do that. She just stands around, not healing anyone, not trying to get the villagers to safety. She's just there at that point, not doing anything, being absolutely useless. Then in the 5 Kage Summit, she knocks out her team, who went with her to try and take out Sasuke, and then she fails to take out Sasuke because she stood there crying over this man who's trying to destroy her village, to kill the people she cares about, or she's meant to care about anyway. But she loves him so much because of a crush when she was 12, 13, and she hasn't gotten over that, which is a bit distressing, really. But more than that, I feel like another reason she gets so much hate is because she's always going on about catching up with Naruto, catching up with Sasuke, but she never does. We get this feeling that Kishimoto wants us to feel like she's catching up with them, but she's really not. She gets this random power up at the end with a strength of 100 seal, which just opens so many questionable incidents. Like, why didn't she use it during Pain's invasion? Why didn't she use it during the fight against Sasori? Why didn't she use it against Sasuke? Like, in the war, why didn't she use it? While everybody was fighting Madara. No, she'll just use it to fight Kaguya, who was a random villain anyway that came out of basically nowhere. But after that, another reason I feel like people just don't like her is because she beats the crap out of Naruto in the early series for admittedly trying to flirt with her. But it's based in her own insecurities, which is the issue, because she just lashes out at him, and he's the main character, and he's the one that we're supposed to be following this story through. And with her constantly beating him down, we get this negative impression of her, which transfers into her lack of fans within the community. And she also still loves Sasuke, despite him betraying the village, attempting to kill Naruto, and attempting to kill her. But she still loves him for some reason that most people cannot comprehend. I can't comprehend why she still loves this guy who left when she was still a kid, and yet somehow at the end of the series she still gets with him. She has a child with him and he walks off, but somehow she still cares for him. There has to be a limit here, but she just doesn't seem to see that, and that irks people, I feel. She's also less likeable than some of the side characters, such as Hinata and Shikamaru, especially Shikamaru, who is given entire story arcs to deal with things such as when they were hunting down Hidan, who had killed Asuma Sensei, and Shikamaru had that entire revenge plot about how he was going to deal with them, and we get to see his intelligence, which is another point. We keep getting told, well, Sakura's intelligent, but we never get to see it displayed in a similar way to how Shikamaru does it, whereas in Sakura's case, it's more to do with her being book smart than actually being able to apply that smarts. We also can't get invested in her motivation, because her motivation is, I like Sasuke, I want Sasuke to notice me, I want to be with Sasuke, I want to bring Sasuke back. These are motivations that we can't get invested in because we don't have the same connection she does with him. In fact, there isn't even much of a connection to begin with, but that is her entire motivation in the story, which is a bit unfortunate because it's not one that these viewers can connect with. Her character arc is just not interesting at all compared to someone like Hinata, who's not exactly the most interesting character, but we do get to see her grow from this shy, ineffectual character who couldn't stand up to her family, couldn't stand up to her sister, and then come around the end of the series, she's standing alongside Naruto, supporting him in place of his own teammates after the death of one of his friends. And that's not good. It's not good when a main character has a worse story arc than a side character, which is just going to put them at odds in the fandom when people can see that, oh, this character had so much potential to be a main character, but this character is actually a main character, and they're not nearly as interesting to read about. She was also a wasted character, I feel. She was wasted in the fact that she had top-tier chakra control at the beginning of the series, which is something that genjutsu users need in spades, but she never put that to practice, really. She never became a genjutsu master, which would be something that evened out the entire team of seven, with them needing to have somebody who could use genjutsu to counter other genjutsu. In fact, her becoming a genjutsu master was something that was set up really early in the series, as early as waves, but it just never comes to anything. She becomes a less useful Tsunade by the end of the series. Yes, she helps in sealing Kaguya, but that's because Kaguya was distracted by Naruto and Sasuke. If she'd come up with some sort of weird genjutsu thing that allowed her to be distracted long enough for them to seal her, that would have been, I feel, a more appropriate way than just hitting her on the head. She also has no interesting philosophy, unlike Haku and Zabuza, Gaara, Obito, who have their own philosophies about, oh, ninjas are just tools to be used by people, everybody's trying to use someone, or in Gaara's case, it's about, oh, I need to kill people, feel like I'm actually here to reinstate my existence, or how Obito and even Madara feel like if you can have your own personal reality, of dream reality, that's better than having a reality of suffering, and contesting that against Naruto's ideals of moving forward rather than being stuck in the past and trying to change the past through these infinite Tsukiyomi. But then that's just my feelings on the matter. I feel like Sakura was a wasted character, a character that didn't do enough in the series to be considered a main character, and her motivations and her constant going on and on and on and on about being on the same level with Sasuke and Naruto is what really, really set her character down the wrong path. Alright, that's it. See you next time, weebs. Signing off. And don't forget, embrace your weebdom.